Anyways, guys, hey guys. I want to tell y'all a story about, all right, about me. All right. There was this time to where me and Gwen we were like homeless. All right, and freaking we didn't know what we were gonna do, so we were living in a hotel. Well, we met some people, unfortunately, one, maybe two, I don't know yet. There is passed away by now, which is, sucks because, she was a nice woman. Anyways, uh, me and Gwen, we were homeless, and one of my buddies, named Josh, uh, said we could probably stay at his freaking house, but we have to be in the backyard for like a little bit. So we did. We were in the backyard in a tent for like, I don't know, like a month and a half, maybe 2 months, maybe. And we had to like, I don't know. I mean, we went inside to go pee and that kind of stuff. We never like peed outside or anything. But it's whatever. Anyways, my boy Josh, we were so damn cool and everything else. We're still cool. And everything, but freaking, you know, uh, things happen for a reason. So, Josh, if you're watching this, is no offense, but I understand why Shorty and Joni said no more. It wasn't Joni that did it. It was Shorty. It was Shorty that did it, that we have to go. Which is, I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. He did his thing, and that's it. Anyways, Josh, freaking me and you, Gwen, and Joy wasn't with us. She was too busy. How's she saying? Being in high school and giving hand jobs to boyfriends, of course. But anyways, hand job is a hand job, whatever. But she's got a career now. She's doing good for herself. That's all I gotta say about that. Anyways, me and Gwen, we were just, we were gonna go out with you guys, and apparently, freaking me and you, we went to the liquor store there, and apparently I got my check. I guess I got a check, for I guess taxes, I guess, and I spent it on alcohol. I spent all of it on alcohol, I guess. Not all of it, but some of it. And me and Gwen Gwen freaking was like, well, what the hell we're gonna do? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. What the hell? We're staying with Josh for a little bit. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll figure something else out. So anyways, I freaking, was trying to get a job, couldn't get a job. Anywheres, I tried everywheres. Everywheres that I could think of in Lehigh and Fort Myers, couldn't think of anything. So anyways, at the time I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Anyways, freaking Gwen, she was like, I'm not gonna get a job at all. So anyways, freaking me and Gwen, we just were, sitting there. And anyways, freaking me and Gwen and Josh, we were all sitting there. And we were like, man, we're going to go pick up Crackle. And we're like, all right, we're going to go pick up Crackle. So we picked up Crackle. And we went to the liquor store. I know I burped, I don't care. Give a shit. Anyways, we went to the liquor store there and we bought some like Southern Comfort and a couple other things. Or whatever. It was whatever. Anyways, we were sitting there, sitting there in his truck. We're drinking, Gwen's not drinking that stuff because she's not a big drinker at the time. She only likes like mango or certain things. Only certain things, that's it. She's not a big drinker or anything because her father was, a total drunk. She doesn't like beer, of course. Of course she doesn't because her father, drank like Bush. And that's all he drank was Bush. And, he bought me a beer a couple times, but, he was an asshole. He was an asshole, but yet he left me in the house. So, I don't know. Anyways, I'm not getting into that. This is just the story of me, Josh, Gwen, and Crackle. Anyways, I was drinking, he was drinking, we got some Southern Comfort, and whatever, and we were like, hey, man, freaking, we were like, yeah, we're gonna do this. So anyways, freaking, we went to freaking, sorry about that, I think the camera fucked up, but anyways, we went to Crackle's, I guess apparently, I don't know, wherever the fuck he was. We picked him up, and we were like, okay, let's go. So we went, and we were like, okay, well, where we're gonna go, Crackle? And he was like, I don't know. I was like, I know a place, it's called the Pits, but I don't know, I don't know if y'all want to go that way. So we didn't go that way. We didn't go to East Fort Myers or wherever the fuck it is, Joel Boulevard, whatever. So we were like, nah, we ain't gonna go that far. So we went to wherever. We went to I don't know, somewhere's like kind of in the woods, but kind of not. It was like off of Sunshine, somewheres. And we found this lady's house, I guess, this lady's house or whatever. I don't know. And I was drinking Southern Comfort with freaking Josh. Of course. And Cracker was trying to drink it, but, he was in the back, like, in the back, like, backpack, in the freaking trunk of, I guess, a truck, a Ford F-150, I guess. And he ended up, being a dick, I guess, apparently. But at that time, he really didn't give a shit. We were all getting drunk. One was drinking, I think, Mango Ritas, because at the time she was like, Mango Rita, yeah, hell yeah. So, we were like, giving her Mango Ritas left and right, blah, 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 blah. And me and Josh were drinking Southern Comfort and Coke and whatever the fuck we were drinking. Anyways, freaking me and Gwen, we were just sitting there, and I'm like, hey, honey, we should probably, We're older than they are. Maybe we should just like leave. Maybe me and you should just like walk or something. But we didn't. So we followed them. Like where the fuck are they gonna go? So we went to like this lady's place. We're sitting there. We're like, I don't know, this lady's place. I don't know. And they're also like, I don't know, Milwaukee or whatever the fuck it is. And we're like, all right, whatever. We're sitting there. We're drinking. Like this. We're drinking. Except when, of course, she was drinking. Her mango Rita or whatever that I bought her. Anyways, we go ahead and we're sitting there. And she's like, hey, you know what you used to do? You used to go ahead and drink some more. I'm like, yeah. So I downed the rest of the bottle of Southern Comfort. And, I went outside. I'm like, yeah, I feel good. Started dancing around a little bit. We started listening to music or whatever. And then me and Josh and Crackle, we're all sitting there, and I'm like, man, I gotta throw up. I think I gotta throw up. I don't know. And then I burped. I burped so fucking loud. Or whatever. I was like, arr! Or whatever. I burped so fucking loud. And I was like, oh shit. And I didn't think anything of it. And I was like, man, I gotta throw up. But I wouldn't throw up. I wouldn't do anything. So I was just sitting there. And then eventually, we ended up, talking or whatever to whatever dude or whatever freaking female that was there. And then eventually, we left. And we dropped Crackle wherever the fuck he was gonna go. And then freaking me and Josh and Gwen, we went back to his place and we were sitting there. And then we started playing the Xbox 360 at the time, because, 360 was, thing back then. And I think we were playing, like, Saints Row or Grand Theft Auto 4 or something. I don't know. Something like that. Grand Theft Auto 5 was just coming out. Like, it already just came out by then. So we were just like, we don't have online right now. But Josh did. So we went to his room. Eventually, we went back to his place. Him and his parents' place at the time. So we were like, okay, let's go there. So we went back to his room, and Gwen was like, hey, I'm kind of getting freaky a little bit. So let's go back to the tent. I'm like, okay. So we went back to the tent. Nothing happened, of course. But freaking we were sitting there. We're sitting there, and I finished the bottle of... I finished it. I finished the bottle of freaking Southern Comfort. And it was sitting there, and eventually, Josh messaged, and she was like, where'd y'all go? And I'm like, we went back to the tent. And he was like, I'm going to come. I'm like, I wouldn't do that. Eventually, he came, and I was like, man, look, dude, I'm naked. And he was like, oh, man. I'm like, well, look what's happened, man. Anyways, freaking, we were sitting there. And Josh was like, man, what y'all gonna do? And we're like, well, we're just gonna play Grand Theft Auto for a little bit. So we played Grand Theft Auto for a little bit. And then Josh was like, man, I gotta go back in. And I'm like, yeah, go back in. And then his girlfriend, Josh, or his sister, I'm sorry, his sister, I've been drinking a little bit. But anyways, his sister, Josh, was like, his sister Joy, apparently she freaking had this guy over. She was in high school, apparently. She was like in her junior or senior year. And supposedly freaking, her, adopted father, Shorty, and Joni, of course, came on home. But Shorty freaking caught, I guess apparently his pants were down, supposedly. And she was giving him a hand job or a blow job or something. I don't know. But anyways, freaking whoever told freaking at the time, we're drunk as fuck. Fucking well, we gotta keep an eye on Joy. If the guy comes, we gotta text message. We gotta text Joni or Shorty or whatever. And tell him, hey, the guy's over here again. Joy shouldn't be hanging out with these guys or whatever. But we didn't care. At the time, we're not related or anything. We were just staying there. Like we really didn't give a fuck. What the hell? And I think there was like one time I said, Joy's trying to hide from us, or whatever. I already told her straight up, I really don't give a fuck. If you give the guy a blowjob, I don't care. It's whatever. I really don't give a fuck. You're gonna eventually, probably give me a blowjob or freaking give your brother a blowjob for all I fucking know. Anyways, because he likes NASCAR, and he's still a redneck. But, anyways, long story's trying to go short. Freaking, dude, I don't know, like, bugged out and freaking left with his pants freaking, like, half off or whatever, he was, like, leaving. But anyways, freaking, apparently, somebody told Joni or something. She was like, well, we're coming on home anyway, or whatever. And Shorty was like, oh, I'm all pissed off and everything else. So apparently Shorty was pissed off. And apparently like 2 or 3 weeks after, he was said, y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta, you guys are using up the bathroom. You guys are freaking, fucking up the sewage tank or whatever the fuck it was. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, alright, sir, or whatever. At that time, I was like, maybe in my 20s at the time. And freaking Gwen was in her 20s. She's like definitely the same age as me, by a couple months, of course. But, at the time, she could have got a job. She could have got, at least something. But, she didn't want to help out. She's got, I gotta admit, my wife, she's got problems. She does. But anyways, she's got a job now. She's good. But anyways, she's, she does have problems. She does. Anyways, at the time, me, Josh, Crackle and all that, we were sitting there, and we were like, sitting there, and I went outside, and I burped so fucking loud, and everything else, and I almost threw up, and everything else, and then eventually, I think I gagged a little bit, but I didn't throw up completely, and that was it. And that's when we went on, back to Josh's place, But eventually, I think that lady and their guy, I don't even know what their names were. I can't remember. But anyways, freaking, they're probably some homeless fucks now or something. I don't know. But anyways, freaking, eventually, me, Gwen, we left. We left Josh's, and we went to this guy named Pat's. He was, I don't know how I should really say it. Me and Gwen, we were there, for 3 years. We had been there for 3 years. Me and her, we ended up being there for 3 years. Me and Pat, Pat was good. Pat was good to us. All the time that we've been there. We did save up some money, so we could get out of there, but it wasn't much. It wasn't much at all. But Gwen wasn't working. Gwen wasn't working. She was there all day. And then when we got a place, like of our own, I was just like sitting there. We were just like, it how should I say it? It was just like Pat was like, "Hey, y'all gotta go. I'm not telling y'all to leave now, but I'm telling you guys like in the next month, y'all gotta go." So we were like, "All right," and he was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna charge y'all like 2 months rent, but y'all gotta go." So we were like, "All right." So eventually, we went to this place. Everything was good. Until somebody fucked with us. But anyways, that's a later video. Anyways, guys, I'm drinking a little bit. This is like a longer video than I think it would be. So anyways, guys, y'all remember to have mercy and have a nice day, okay? Yeah.